So I'm Marta, and I'm working on this on this project as with money from the Student Experience Grant. And with me, I have Stewart and Jackie, who are in the interactive content team, and they'll just wave at you at the bottom. So this is our colorful past that we, 2 years ago, Jackie and Stewart, they were the front runners of creating the book, the first volume of the coloring book, which are created from images from the special collections held at Edinburgh University. And from the first book, I've just shown you this one, which this is the original that Tracy then made into this, ready for coloring. And this will be in the second volume, I think, which is, this is from the gate at the old medical school that I've then created a drawing from, and I've also colored it here. And I think the theme for this volume 2 is going to be like a treasure map. So it will both be with pictures or drawings made from the CSC collection, but it will also be architecture from around university buildings. And so what we're doing today is we are looking at images from the image collection, the University of Edinburgh image collection. I've curated some photos or some images that you can choose from, but there's over 40,000 images in the collection. And then we'll be creating black and white outline, as you saw before, so that we can create a coloring book. This is just some inspiration, which will be included in the inspiration for later. And this is from the first book, which Jackie made. So it started with the original, and then that's the original, and then into a line drawing. I just have a few guidelines that you have to be respectful of the original art and their creations. Because of time, we suggest that you choose an image where you, both from our approved shortlist, so you don't spend too much time choosing a picture, but also that you maybe focus on a section of an image or leave out some details so you can make it in the hour available today. And then today's instructions, we'll send out a PDF file with a guide to Sketchpad, but I'll also do a little live demonstration. And then you are creating your artwork with both me, Jackie, and Stewart as backup if you have any questions about the Sketchpad tool. And then at the end, we ask you that you send us the pictures on this email, and it's all in the handbook that you will receive, and that you upload your image to a Padlet, which we will then view collectively at the end, so we can see each other's artwork. All right, I'll just have to figure out how I then share a different screen.
Maybe have to stop sharing and then shift.
And then share again. Okay, I'll try.
That may be the quickest.
Okay. So I hope you can now see the Sketchpad tool. And I'm going to choose a picture from this Padlet that I've made with pre-proven pictures, and I'll do this one just quickly. So I'm downloading it. And then in the Sketchpad, I'll choose this little kind of evil smiley and with load your own image. And then I'll choose this one that I just downloaded earlier. And then Actually, I'll just show you that I'll crop and resize the whole picture because I've already done this, so it loads in the format that I want. But if you click on centimeters, then you can see that it's 15 by 21, which is what we want for our book. So just make sure you resize this, but it will also be in the handbook if you can't remember it. And then I'll go back to the arrow, so I can select my image. Then I'll just choose this little options here and lock the image, because that way I can't accidentally mark it and move it. You know, you can't click on it and I can't move it. And if you want to undo it, you just click on the unlock button here. Right, so now for the fun part of drawing, I'll just zoom in a bit so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'll click on this pencil, but I don't want the actual pencil function. I want this, that's called path. And I want it to be 1 pixel in outline. And then I click on where I want my path to start. And I click on the next point, so I'm making this little square here. And then I just go around, and you can see it might be nice with a little rounding here. So if I click and then move my mouth, okay, no, that did not work. But you can see these little blue handles that I can then, if I might, I should, no, it doesn't want to cooperate with me today. But you can see as this blue handle here, you can move the line so it gets more curvy. And then if I want to end the path, you double click on it. And this is the one I use most, but you could also choose this geometrical figures one. For example, if you have, if there's a square or a rectangle, triangle, circle that you want, and then we want it to have no fill in it, and again to have the line at 1, and then you just make a circle. And if you click on the on the arrow, you can mark it and move it around to wherever you want it on your drawing. And that's pretty much how you do it. Then at the end, once you've finished, I might want to go back and say unlock on this one, because then I can move it and see the line drawing. And I would just delete it if I'm happy with whatever I've made. And then when you want to export it, you just do the little desk icon and download it in whichever file you want. So we ask that you send this to us in a Sketchpad, but you might also want it as a JPEG or PNG for the Padlet at the end. So at the end, when you've done, you do this, and then I'd ask you to upload it here so that we can look at each other's at the end. So that was really, really fast working through of Sketchpad. And if you have any questions, we'll be here, and we have that PDF file that you will also receive with guidelines for all these different tools that you might want to use.
Marta, do you want to do a live sketch? I think that would be quite useful. Or would you like me or Jackie to do?
I can work on the other one. So just put in the other picture again. And now I'm trying to draw these little light ones, so that's the sort of pattern I'm gonna end up with. And it's from a window at the Edinburgh College of Art.
I have a question. Can you edit lines after you've clicked away from them?
If it's the last one, you can just undo it on this bottom here. If it's one you've already sort of closed, you can't, I think. But
I'm just trying to work out how to do curves.
yes, you have to at least have the path over here and not the one called line.
Yeah.
And then when you make one point and then you make the other point and you sort of pull without letting go.
Okay.
And then when you let go, you get these blue handles that you can then move the curve for how you want.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think, Marta, when you move on to another object and then go back, you can double click on the old one to sort of amend it.
Oh yeah.
Which I think is a new feature because it never used to let you do that.
Yeah. So you can go back and edit one line. You just double click on it.
Marta, did you see Catherine's having an issue cropping or resizing her image? I don't know if you want to share your screen, maybe, Catherine, if that would be useful.
Yeah, if that's okay. Let me just go back because I think I've messed it all up now, but I've still got the original one. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, are you okay if I try and share it? Let me see.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think I can while you
Oh,
are.
well,
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Can you do it now? I think I've handed over control to you.
Oh. Is that so I can just touch things on your screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Sorry. Oh, there it is. This takes me a moment.
Yes.
No, that's not my screen. Oh no, hang on. What am I looking at now? Sorry, can you see it?
Yeah.
It always throws me with Teams when it disappears. Yep. So I loaded this one of the angels, and I think I'm missing something really obvious. But whenever I go to crop and resize, I went to centimeters.
And it only does the picture.
Yeah, but if I take out the, what did you say? I suppose it could go. So it could be 21. Can it go with landscape?
Yeah.
21. And then the height.
Okay, so I would
See it. I mean, I suppose that's okay, but it's missed out all the edges.
But then I would maybe try to delete the image so you just have the sort of Sketchpad background. Or if you go to the arrow.
Shall I say apply?
No, then it crops it. So if you just click on the
Cancel. There we go.
one.
I've probably done something really obvious, but I don't know what it is. Sorry.
I think if you click on the arrow at the left-hand side.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Yeah, and then you click on the background. And then try to crop it again. Maybe. No, it still does.
No, is that different? And then did you say 15?
No, it still does it. It's just because you have it at 210 instead of 21.
Oh, centimeters. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Should I try a different image? Maybe it's this one's too big. Let me.
Or
Sorry.
try to if you've deleted the image, try to crop it now.
Crop it now without the image.
Yes.
Yep.
And then try. No, it still won't work.
Sorry.
It's still. Otherwise, I would try to delete the picture and then put it in now that you've cropped it, if that makes sense. Because then you get all of it.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's better, isn't it? Yeah. Apart from it.
And then you could maybe try and press delete now. Yes. So it just has a little bit at the end where it doesn't fit with the picture.
I should have resized it before. Sorry about that. I will
That's
get
okay.
back now and try the next step. Thank you.
Hello. I've got a question.
Yeah.
I've done the image, but I'm not sure where you delete. I mean, I've done the outline. I'm not sure where you delete the actual image.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try to do it at my screen. If you click on the little arrow at the left-hand corner, and you then mark the photo at the background.
Oh, sorry, I've lost you. I've lost it because your screen's not showing. So you click on the arrow and then.
And then you click on the picture.
Uh-huh.
And then did you lock it at the beginning?
Yeah, I think so.
Then you click on the padlock that it says unlock.
Uh-huh.
And then you get the sort of trash can.
All right, thanks. Thanks.
Marta, I was just going to show a quick thing about groups and layers. Are you happy for me to do that?
Yes.
Let's see
I think I'll start presenting now so that you can take over.
Okay. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes, cool. So I would say this is more advanced, but depending on how many elements you have in your drawing, it gets quite useful to start grouping things together. So what I'll do is, if I zoom out so you can see the full image, you might start working on one area, which is the tree, or one area that's the snowman. But you might want, if you go to the layers, you can see you start quickly having tens, if not hundreds of elements. But as long as your background's locked, what you can do is you can click and drag to select multiple elements. And then what you can then do is turn that into a group. So similarly for the boy's face, if I highlight all these elements, go to the layers tab, and I can group them all together. And then I've now got sort of three sort of distinct elements. It just makes it a wee bit easier in terms of if you want to revise things, or rather than just having a big list of hundreds of layers, you can start grouping them into folders effectively. And the other useful thing is there's a little eyeball next to all of these layers, which you can turn on and off. So if I unlock the background, I can see what my image looks like without the original. And then if I'm happy to carry on, I can just lock it again. And when you're using the zoom tool, as long as it's locked, you can move around your page as you wish, without danger of moving anything. And then you can start working on your next element. So let's start doing the sleeve. How are you getting on, Jackie? Anything you want to share? I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm doing the letter K. There was no J for Jackie, so I picked a K instead.
Can you share your screen just so I can have a look?
Yeah. Let's see. I think it only, I'm using a different screen. Can you see that okay? So yeah.
Screen's really wide.
Yeah, it's a very wide screen. So yeah, I've picked the letter K. I'm still doing the outlines just now. So, and then I might do some more detail, like the leaves.
Can you hide your backdrop so we can see how much you've done?
I would have to change screens, I think.
No, I mean if you go to layers in Sketchpad.
Oh, right. Oh, that layer, right, yeah. I might have to. Oh yeah, download it first.
God, you've done loads.
You guys are doing all the talking, so I don't. I'm right, just taking advantage and drawing instead.
That looks nice.
Thank you. We've got another question. Happy to help with that, Marta.
Yes, Christina.
Hi. Yeah, so I've tried to fill, and I filled the whole canvas with the colour. So how do you just fill just a part of the shape with the colour?
Do you know, Stewart, because I haven't actually colored very much in the Sketchpad tool.
So yeah, normally we're just doing sort of black and white outlines. Are you colouring in, Christina, just for your own pleasure?
Oh, so we're just doing it a black and white. Okay, I'll just leave it.
No,
It's
no.
not very good though. I mean, I don't really want to share this. It's just not got much to it.
No, but I think it's a very good point, Christine, in that what we're also saying is this is just the start and you're welcome to carry on or even do another one after the workshop. Because obviously everyone's first efforts they might not be 100% satisfied with, but honestly, we're just really keen to have as many people participate as possible. So don't be hard on yourself.
Well, will it be anonymous though? Because I really don't want anybody to think this is mine. It's like it's not at all what I hoped it would be.
Well, what we can do is, because we're asking everybody to share the Sketchpad file, it means it's editable. So if you wanted us to improve an area that we could do, but ideally we would rather you were able to do that yourself. Just so I would just say you will get better with practice. Like Marta, you maybe want to talk about your own experience with Sketchpad.
Well, I started at a similar workshop, except it was in person, you know, when we were able to do that 2 years ago with the first one. And I did find it quite hard with making it look good, which is also why the drawings I do now are mostly geometrical, because then it doesn't have to look like a face or a bird or something like that. But then I had a weekend where I was like, I don't want to study. So what to do? And I put on an audiobook and made the drawings for the coloring book that I then sent to Stewart afterwards. And you do get that better, especially with the sort of the path line the path thing to make a curved path takes some practice.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of time to get the way I want, and I don't really have the time, I'm afraid. I've got so many other things I've got to do. That's the trouble.
Well, this is hopefully the starting point of your journey. What, in terms of timeline, we're looking to start putting together our book over the summer with aiming for publication for the start of term. So we've got a budget where we're hoping we can actually distribute a copy of our book to students as their welcome pack.
Yeah, and it'd be great for students.
I think it's a nice introduction to the collections, and it's nice that there's contributions from staff and students. I think it shows sort of positive collaboration.
Yeah. No, it's a lovely thing to do if you've got the time. Yeah.
Catherine, you've got your hand up.
Sorry, I was just saying, yeah, I'm struggling with it a bit. Would you have a moment just to show how to do curved lines again? Because I just can't get curved lines at all. Like once or twice I've managed to get a curved line, but I don't know how I've done it, and I can't do it again. Sorry.
No.
It's okay. I'll try to show it again. So hopefully you can see now. You put the first point wherever you want to start. And then when you put your second point, you sort of, instead of just clicking, you click and hold and then draw out your mouth. So it makes a curved line. And then you can go back and edit which way you want the curve to be, and how curvy you want it to be. And I think you can also go back here, maybe if you just click on the point, the sort of the blue handle comes up and you can make the line curvy. So maybe the easiest thing to do is to make 2 points and then try clicking on it and see if you can get the blue handle up.
Yeah, I think I see actually. It's if I have to have 1 point and then click and hold on the second, and that seems to be a trick. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can you remind me, Marta, where that photo is? That the ECA? No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere at the ECA.
Yeah, I recognise it.
This looks like the stairwell, doesn't it, between top floor and ground?
Yes, it is. You know, the stairway goes up 2 ways when you go straight, and then it goes up. There's 2 stairs up to the same bit.
Marta, I think I'll just quickly show about sort of file management in Sketchpad, if that's okay.
Yep.
So what I should say about Sketchpad is it relies on sort of cookies in your browser session. So anytime you reopen Sketchpad on the same computer in the same browser, it'll still remember all the files you've worked on locally. But what we're asking people to do today is, just in terms of good practice, is to send and share your original Sketchpad file with us. So what you can do, like Marta demonstrated, go to the floppy disk, which is export, and download the .sketchpad. Now, that file can then be emailed or shared or saved and then reopened on any other computer without danger of losing any of your work today. So unless you save it, there is a potential that if your browser sort of resets, you could lose your work. So we would always recommend you export, save as Sketchpad. And if you can email us your .sketchpad, that would be great. And we're also asking that if you download either a PNG or JPEG, we can upload those to the Padlet. So I'll maybe just quickly demonstrate that as well. Or do you want to do that, Marta?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So can you see, does that show the Padlet okay? Can you see the Padlet okay, Marta? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in the handbook, one of the last links is this Padlet for finished sketches. And what you can do is, we've nothing here at the minute, but if you double click or double tap anywhere on the screen, it'll allow you to upload an image that we can all share. So I'll put in the name of my piece, and then I'll just put my name in just so there's no confusion. And then you can press upload, and then you can pick the file you've downloaded. So we'll look for the PNG or the JPEG, and then it'll upload it to Padlet. So it's quite small, my image, but you can always click on it to make it bigger. So it doesn't really look like a snowman because it's very incomplete. It's like something out of a horror film. And then if you want to have a look at everybody else's images, you're welcome to then write a comment below them as well. And that way we can all sort of give feedback and words of encouragement to each other. Thank you, Kelly. Do you want to share yours with us, Kelly, or is it completely optional?
Yes, I will upload it in a second. I'm just going to save the file. I must say it was much harder than I was expecting it to be. So it's not fully made, but yeah, I will share it imminently. Thanks.
Oh, okay. I think there is a learning curve, and maybe we haven't acknowledged that as much as we should have. But we hope you feel sort of motivated, or you've got enough understanding now to maybe try again. And you can always, if you've saved your Sketchpad, you can always come back and refine it.
Oh, I forgot to remove the background. Oops.
It's a good point, Jackie. You can actually edit the Padlet.
Yeah.
You can always re-upload your image. So
It's fine. That was quite funny.
I've just uploaded mine now. I think I went a bit. I was a bit ambitious with choosing the sun and moon. So the moon rays are a little bit. Yeah, I would definitely want to change some of them. They don't look ideal, but I'm pretty happy with the sun on the right. She was a bit easier because I think it was mainly circles. But
She looks so sad.
yeah, she looks a bit sassy, doesn't she?
no, that looks great. I'm just looking at the original for comparison. I've never seen that image before. No, I think that's a really fun one. I like that. And is that your first ever sort of digital illustration?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I've used like online tools like Canva before, but that's very much, they're pre-made graphics that you kind of pop into. So, but yeah, no, it was really, really good fun. It's really nice to know that there's a system out there that you can use. And I think if you were to practice it would become much more intuitive. I think just for a first go, yeah, it took a little bit more time to get the curved paths right, I think.
So, like me and Jackie work every day with sort of Adobe Suite. So in terms of words of encouragement, I would say it's a really good transferable skill with professional packages like Illustrator or InDesign. They use exactly the same Bezier curves. And it is almost in at the deep end, but it is we felt there's no point sort of cutting corners. I think it's
definitely. No, I think the presentation at the start was extremely useful to actually watch it in live. For you to do it and then to get that PDF with such detailed instructions made it really simple. So thank you very much.
And there is also, if you want to do more, there is a video link in the PDF.
Oh, fantastic.
So you can see someone do it, and then you can just pause it and try to do the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's so good. I might try and even do like versions of photos or something that we have as well. You could make your friends into cartoons. That'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
I seem to be struggling to download the Sketchpad. It doesn't seem to be downloading, but I can download the pictures. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. So I've just uploaded the picture for now.
Oh, fantastic.
I am regretting picking that picture.
No, that looks really good. Like, I think everyone's always really hard on themselves. Like,
Oh, that looks quite fun, actually. That would be really fun to colour in.
I'm going to put a link in the chat. So these are all the videos Marta's kindly worked on over part of her project. So there's a lot of interest in work in progress and demonstration videos you're welcome to have a look at. So I think Marta also mentioned it at the beginning, she'll be the curator and sort of editor for this book. And thematically, we were thinking treasure map, but that doesn't mean everything in it has to be related to a map. Sorry, Marta, I'm speaking on your behalf. Marta's brilliant concept was to sort of highlight artworks from the collection, but sort of correlate them to sort of geography and maybe encourage people to walk to different campuses to see different artworks.
Which is why I did the, as you saw earlier, the one that's just from the Iron Gate at Old Medical School that I also colored in. It's just that one, which is just, you know, a flower from an Iron Gate. And this one is from a mural at Charteris Land. So yeah, trying to encourage people to notice the stuff that's around us in the architecture and also in the collection, which is why we're excited to also give it to the new students in September as an introduction to the university and a reminder that there is other buildings than George Square. Because I think if you're not actually one of the students that attend somewhere else, you might forget that.
So what we're also doing is, as well as a physical book later in the year, is we release the images sort of digitally. We have a Flickr account, and so you always have your name credited against your artwork. But we hopefully you appreciate if we open license it means things can happen with your image in an exciting and unusual ways. So some of these images get used. I've seen a few in Wikipedia. Jackie, who's with us today, she's done illustrations of Ada Lovelace and Mary Somerville, and they've been used for sort of Ada Lovelace Day events around the world. So you just never know what happens when we apply an open license to your work. So. And if you look at the Flickr album, you can see just how much Marta's contributed to this project since day one. Like, I don't know how you managed to do your degree at the same time. I gave an interview, well, I interviewed Marta 2 years ago now, and it was interesting finding how this project sort of was a counterpoint to your studies in, I'm now trying to remember, is it English literature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And language.
And language.
I think that's that everybody who are left have uploaded their pictures to the Padlet. And I think they look great.
Thank you. I've just sent the email over as well with the links, so I hope they work. I'm not sure if it worked, but I can always resend.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. So yeah, said before, but you're welcome to carry on working, and if you have another image you want to send us, Marta will get all these images, and hopefully we'll have a nice collection for Marta to pull together. And what I like is even when people pick the same image, it's seeing how diverse the interpretations are. When we ran these workshops in person 2 years ago, there was a few participants that you ended up using sort of pencil or pen. So I would say if that feels more natural to you, you're more than welcome to use tracing paper and take the second approach in the handbook.
And I think that was it, right? I hope you had fun, kinda, even if the curves were tricky.
What I'll also do is put in, so this is Marta's blog where she's been posting throughout her journey, and testament to Marta that she's managed to carry on given the year we've had. And well, I think it's fair to say you've found sort of comfort and happiness out of doing this project. I would like to think.
Yes.
You've always been self-motivated, so I think. I'm not sure if we can do a virtual round of applause for Marta.
There is the...
Yay.
Yeah. You can clap your hands like that.
I saw you done.
Thank you, Catherine.
Okay.
That was really good fun. Thank you so much for hosting this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm glad.
If anyone has any questions they think of afterwards, feel free to get in touch.
Yeah.
If any of us know.
Thank you. It was great. It was something I've never tried before, so much harder than it looks, but really interesting. Thank you.
Good.
Thanks everyone for giving it a go.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks for
appreciate
listening.
that.
I'll just head off. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.